The Toyota plant in Gibson County isn't even complete, and officials are expected to announce another 1,000 jobs. We'll have a live report.
Sold for $22 million, but will the new owners of Ellis Park change the operation? Those stories and more straight ahead.
CBS 44, WEVV, your home for news. Now 10 minutes at 10 of non-stop news and your first look at weather.
And the Kentucky Wildcats won their second national title in 3 years. Good evening, everyone. We're glad you could be with us. I'm Angie Humphrey.
And I'm John Dopkin. Kentucky Wildcat fans couldn't have asked for a better tournament from their team. After battling back in tremendous victories against Duke and then Stanford, Kentucky found itself in the championship game against Utah and battling back one more time. 44 News Now sports director Adam Alexander joins us with the latest on Tubby Smith's first appearance in a title game.
Simply amazing. The Kentucky Wildcats continue to get it done, and tonight, no different. As John said, come from behind victories over, of course, Stanford and Duke. Tonight, the Cats fell behind by 12 early in the second half, but Tubby Smith's team coming from behind. This three-pointer by Cameron Mills off the bench tied it at 58. Then the next play, Jeff Shepard a steal, the breakaway, and the dunk. He's named tournament MVP as Kentucky rolls their second title in 3 years, and they're celebrating in Lexington.
I thank God for giving me this opportunity. My parents, thank them for raising 17 kids the way they have. You know, knowing that you can get this far in life. They also want to thank my family, my sisters and brothers, my wife, especially Donna, my boys, and these great young men, and all the players I'm coaching here.
78-69 the final. Obviously a very happy Tubby Smith. We'll hear more from him a little bit later on. We'll also hear from Rick Majerus. The bad thing about this game is someone had to lose. Both very quality teams, great individuals. As head coaches, we'll hear from Rick Majerus, who's on the losing side. We'll hear from him in sports.
Okay, thanks a lot, Adam.
Very exciting. And more very exciting news are plans in the works for a second assembly line at Toyota's Gibson County automotive plant. Governor Frank O'Bannon is scheduled to make an announcement tomorrow that may answer that question. According to a news release sent to us, this announcement is about 1,000 new jobs coming to the area. Joining us live from the newsroom is 44 News Now's Shannon Twyford with more on the story. Shannon.
Angie, the governor's office is keeping the details under wraps at this point, but early reports, unconfirmed reports, indicate Toyota is ready to sink another $500 million into expansion at their Gibson County plants. It was not quite 2.5 years ago when Toyota committed to a $700 million pickup plant employing 1,300 people. At the time, Toyota officials indicated future expansion was a possibility. In fact, in 1996, the company filed air quality permits through the state's Department of Environmental Management so it could build 2 lines without having to file for additional permits. Currently, plans include production of the F-150, recently unveiled at an automotive show in Chicago. Angie?
Shannon, is there any talk about what kind of vehicle that second line is going to produce?
Well, actually, I spoke with business editors at a leading paper in Tokyo, Japan tonight. According to those I spoke with, Toyota is considering building a sports utility vehicle in an Indiana plant as early as the year 2000. Again, Frank O'Bannon will make his announcement tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. our time in his Indianapolis office. We will have the latest details for you on tomorrow's 44 News Now at noon. Angie?
Thank you so much, Shannon.
$22 million and a handshake. Now Ellis Park has a new owner with an historic name. Churchill Downs of Louisville entered into the agreement to buy Ellis from the Racing Corporation of America. But 44 News Now's Lori Farmer reports bettors shouldn't notice a difference right away.
Ellis Park has faced some stiff competition the past couple of years from Casino Astar, but the racetrack has continued to turn a profit. Executives at Churchill Downs say that's one of the things that attracted them to Ellis. But they say the main reason for wanting Ellis Park on their side is simulcasting potential, because 60% of revenue for horse racing is done over the television.
Those companies who have successfully aggregated racing products, and the racing product is a live racing experience translated over the electronic media into ITW, OTB parlors, other racetracks, internationally and domestically. The company that has the quality products is the company that is going to be successful in the future.
Churchill Downs officials say the deal is part of their plan to position them as the premier racing company in the country.
When we package that product as a branded product, the Churchill product, racing at Ellis Park or racing at Hoosier Park, we believe that we'll be able to leverage the key assets that we have, historical assets, namely the Derby and the racing at Churchill Downs, over to some of these other products, namely Ellis Park and Hoosier Park.
With the deal, there will be no changes in this summer's meet, and Ellis Park will still be called Ellis Park. General Manager Richard Snars says the deal will be good for them as well as for Churchill Downs.
There's a real window of opportunity for us, we feel, between the ties together with Churchill Downs and the fact that Arlington Park in Chicago will not be competing against us directly this summer. I think will show the best quality of racing we've ever had at Ellis Park.
Churchill Downs officials won't say if they will be looking into changes in Ellis Park's live racing schedule a little bit further down the road. But with the face of gambling changing around Kentucky and with more and more casinos coming in, Ellis officials say they're glad to have such a big name in racing on their side. From Henderson, Lori Farmer, 44 News Now.
The $22 million price tag includes Ellis Park and a horse training center in Lexington, which are both owned by Racing Corporation of America. The sale must first be approved by the Kentucky State Racing Commission. The deal is expected to close by mid-April.
An Albion, Illinois man finds out how much time he'll be serving behind bars for killing his daughter. 25-year-old Joseph Powell is sentenced to a total of 46 years in prison for beating his daughter to death with a hammer. 44 News Now's Julie Knable covered the proceedings and tells us why Powell's wife doesn't think it's enough time.
A distraught Kathy Powell leaves the courtroom after finding out her ex-husband gets a 46-year prison sentence for the brutal death of their 4-year-old daughter, Lindsay.
Lindsay was only 4 years old. He should not be able to get out when he's so old. He needs to die in prison alone like she did in her bed.
Powell used a hammer to hit the 4-year-old up to 6 times in the head in the front bedroom of this trailer on February 22nd of 1997. He also struck his 2-year-old son, Joey. Powell's half-brother, Eric Sutton, is accused of beating Kathy Powell with a hammer and weights. Very little emotion from Joseph Powell as the sentence is handed down. This is his demeanor after learning he will not be eligible for parole until he's 70 years old. And still, no comment from him about why he killed his daughter. Do you have anything to say? From Albion, Illinois, Julie Knable, 44 News Now.
Powell's half-brother, Eric Sutton, will stand trial for the same offenses May 11th.
An illegal dump site on Evansville's west side has collected garbage for more than 40 years. And a neighbor says it's not only appalling to look at, it's got a terrible odor. For her, better days are ahead. As 44 News Now's Angie Richards explains, the dump will soon be history itself.
It's terrible. I've been here 74 years. I have never seen nothing like that before in my life. Because it's rotted and it smells when it rains, and it's just got all kind of rotten debris.
Maxine Gillum is talking about the illegal dump on the 1 acre of land right next to her house. The owner, Otis Futrell, collected trash here for years, but now he's in a nursing home and can't afford to clean it up.
This started back in the late 50s, early 60s, when people had a much different perspective on their water and on how to treat their land and what to do with their solid waste. So, yes, I'm shocked at the volume that accumulated here, but I'm not really shocked that it got started.
There's just about everything in this dump, ranging from old tennis rackets to tires. In some areas of this 1 acre field, it's as much as 16 feet deep, and it's not going to be cheap to clean up. It's expected to cost about $200,000. That's money the county health department didn't have until now. Jerry Fruth, who was recently convicted of illegally disposing of asbestos at the Franklin Industrial Center and at his own property, will shell out $100,000 to help clean up the site. It's part of the growing trend to keep taxpayers from footing the cleanup bill.
In the last 5 years, we've been using enforcement actions to make people do environmental projects, and that way we don't have money coming out of our funding.
But for people like Maxine Gillum, who have to look at the field every day, it doesn't matter how it's cleaned up as long as it is.
If they could get it cleaned up and just make it level where this would be, it'd look better, for one thing.
In Evansville, Angie Richards, 44 News Now.
The site is also being monitored for environmental hazards. It's located next to a creek which runs straight through Burdett Park. Health department officials are testing the water table to see if there is any problem with wells or the creek in that area.
Coming up, a tornado rips through southern Minnesota, leaving one boy dead and several homes destroyed. We'll see how the community is responding.
The War Humane Society has been adopted by Castle Elementary School. We'll tell you what the students are doing to help out.
Well, certainly a great start to the week weather-wise, with plenty of sunshine out there, but some showers and storms to greet you on Tuesday morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, mostly cloudy skies and showers and a few strong storms. Temperatures are very mild, 65 degrees. Showers and storms off and on throughout the day. Moving through the tri-state from west to east, temperatures up to close to 70 by midday, then dropping back down to around 65 degrees at the 6 o'clock hour. But a cooling trend in the works for the next several days. We'll talk about that coming up a bit later here on News Now at 10.
This portion of News Now is presented by Deaconess, devoted to your health.
There's strength and durability. There's Ford F-Series. There's power, convenience, and comfort. There's Ford F-Series. There's a $189 lease available on Ford F-Series. Just $189 a month for 24 months, only at your local Ford dealer. There's fun and versatility. There's Ford Ranger. There's 2- and 4-wheel drive. There's Ford Ranger. There's a $149 lease or low 1.9 financing available on Ranger. There's only one place to get it, your local Ford dealer.
For this year's tax refund to come in the mail? Well, now you can get your cash at a flash with a refund anticipation loan from Casey's. At Casey's, we'll file your taxes electronically, and in just days, you can receive a fast funds check to use for vacations, cars, or just paying off some bills. So don't wait 6 to 8 weeks for that tax refund. Get it today with a refund anticipation loan from Casey's in Evansville, Boonville, Henderson, or Madisonville.
Closed captioning for News Now is brought to you by Evansville Heating and Air and by Champion Window and Enclosures.
Tim's caught on videotape.
Jill's a big bopper aboard.
But just how far will Tim go to win back Jill's affection?
I'll take you to those 3 tenors, Paparazzi, Manicotti, and Flamingo.
Back-to-back home improvement tomorrow night at 6.
Hi, welcome to Tool Time.
Tim's show gets a new...
Producer! We don't need a producer. I run the show.
Oh, I'll be running the show.
And she's sending Tim right through the roof. Home improvement.
6:30 tomorrow on CBS 44.
You're watching News Now at 10 with John Dobkin, Angie Humphrey, Chief Meteorologist John Lutzel, and Adam Alexander Sports.
One boy is dead and dozens of homes destroyed after a tornado tore through southern Minnesota. That tops tonight's headlines from CBS News. In less than 5 minutes, 6 tornadoes touched down, destroying hundreds of homes. The path of one measured half a mile wide. 6-year-old Dustin Schneider was killed when the force of one tornado sucked him out of the van he was riding in. Hospitals reported nearly 3 dozen others were injured. The area's hardest hits have already been declared a disaster by the Minnesota governor.
A California hospital has reinstated 22 colleagues of a worker who claims he killed dozens of terminally ill patients. Police say Efren Saldivar admitted to killing 40 to 50 patients in the last decade. State medical regulators claim Saldivar said he was an angel of death who killed patients he deemed to be on the verge of dying through suffocation or drug injection. Police are continuing their investigation.
Negotiators on the Senate Maine tobacco bill announced terms today that would include a $6.5 billion yearly cap on the damages tobacco companies could be forced to pay. But the tobacco industry calls the bill an act of vengeance that could destroy it. Negotiators also approved giving the Food and Drug Administration broad authority to regulate nicotine products, a victory for the health community and the White House. But the bill would also set strict guidelines for the agency if it ever tried to ban nicotine.
A prominent Evansville politician is switching parties. Phil Hoy has been a Republican member of the Vanderburgh County Council since 1992, but now he says he's coming home to the Democratic Party. Hoy bills himself as a fiscal conservative and a social liberal. He says his views on conservation, economics, and separation of church and state put him at odds with his party.
My independent approach to my votes and opinions has also alienated me from many persons in the party. Further, and this is maybe my most important local point, it seems that the local Republican Party wants all of us to march in lockstep with one leader and one leader only.
And that leader is County Commissioner Betty Lou Gerald. Hoy says he fell out of favor with the leadership because he said monthly party meetings were being held in violation of Indiana's open door law. Despite Hoy's switch, Republicans still hold a majority on the council.
Students at Castle Elementary have adopted the Warwick County Humane Society. Today, those students visited pets at the shelter on Van Road. All this week, students will throw fundraisers to raise money for the shelter. The Student Council is holding a pet food drive. The 5th and 6th graders are also holding a dance to benefit the shelter. Admission to the dance, which will be held Friday night, is $1 or a bag of dry dog food.
80-degree weather in March. Wouldn't have believed it, but it's here.
I love it. Meteorologist John Lussell says it won't last much longer. Weather's next.
My mother's 101 years old. My stepdaughter's 19. They both deserve a health system that treats them with dignity and care. We need a patient's Bill of Rights to make sure medical decisions aren't made by bureaucrats. We can cut waste in government and afford to inoculate every child against deadly disease. I'm Charlie Orn. I'll fight for a healthcare system that treats all generations with dignity and respect.
Hey, Big Bill, you about ready to go?
Sure, but tell me again why I'm missing the big game so we can go for a walk?
I'll be glad to. I bet you didn't know that a baby dies every hour with a birth defect.
No, I didn't know that.
And 2 babies are born each hour with birth defects.
So we're going to go for a walk after raising a little money to help the March of Dimes put an end to all that.
You are so right. And you can help, too, by walking for someone you love. Walk America 1998.
It happens April 25th. Call for more information. Well, come on, gang, let's go. What are we waiting on?
The wedding countdown continues, but will the happy couple lose everything?
We're one step away from the poorhouse. I hate the poorhouse!
All new Nanny. Then on Sybil, an April Fool's caper.
We kidnapped the wrong guy?
Could be the crime of the century.
We're gonna go to prison! Anybody else? We're a couple.
All new Sybil after the Nanny, CBS Wednesday.
Tonight on Dave, the heavyweight champion of the world, Evander Holyfield, and rock legend Robbie Robertson.
How did you hear that, Paul?
Tonight on Dave.
CBS 44 Weather with AMS and NWA certified meteorologist John Lutzel.
And we're loving this spring weather. And John Lutzel's here to tell us if it's going to last. John?
It was nice while it lasted, wasn't it? Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
A change in the air. Yeah, I smell some changes. Actually, some cooler weather in the forecast, and with it, though, some showers and potentially some strong storms from tomorrow morning through tomorrow afternoon. Right now, looking at mostly cloudy skies, temperatures extremely mild, from highs close to 80, dropping only into the lower 70s, 73 degrees at both locales. Dew point 53, winds out of the south at 13, and the pressure is on the fall. And the almanac showing a high temperature just 2 degrees shy of the record, 81 in Evansville, 65 the low this morning, the record 22 back in 1964, and no precipitation, no rainfall, I should say, this time of the year showing up in tri-state rain gauges. And temperatures right now, again, very muggy, very mild, with some clouds keeping temperatures up across the area. In fact, 76 degrees after a high of 85 in the city of Madisonville, Jasper 73, and Vincennes the coolest number at a mere 69 degrees. And the satellite picture showing cloudy skies rolling in with a frontal system, very potent frontal system across the nation's heartland. This front may spell some showers and storms in our forecast from around daybreak on Tuesday through the early afternoon hours. In fact, a check of the national radar showing a line of showers and storms stretching literally from Canada all the way down to just shy of the Mexican border, bisecting the United States, it looks like, and seeing some severe thunderstorms developing right now around west central Illinois. This whole line in the actual cells pushing off to the northeast at a pretty good clip, around 40 to 50 miles per hour. Again, probably making it from west to east through the area from around daybreak through the afternoon hours. We'll take a check now of the current surface map and see what's causing the potentially inclement weather. And there's the low pressure system. You notice the high pressure that gave us the great couple of days. That is off the Atlantic Ocean. There's the frontal system stretching across the nation's midsection. It roars on through for tomorrow, giving us the threat of showers and storms. Again, some of the storms potentially on the strong or even severe side. Then high pressure gradually building back in, drying us out, but also cooling us down. Details coming up in just a couple of moments.
On the next Montel Williams show, you'll meet the man everybody's talking about.
And I'll guarantee you that at the end of this hour, you'll be talking about this man also.
Mark Salem, master of the mind game, on the next Montel.
3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on CBS 44.
They're looking for a special way to say I love you. And First Love's reunited.
I love a great love story.
Secret love revealed. Next, Sally.
4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on CBS 44.
And welcome back. We're looking for mostly cloudy skies, a few showers and storms from around daybreak tomorrow. Lows around 63 to the mid-60s, winds picking up south at around 10 to 20. On your Tuesday, take along the umbrella to work or school. Showers and storms a very good bet, and some of the storms strong to severe. High temperatures around the lower 70s, gusty winds out of the southwest at 15 to 25. But it gets a whole lot nicer for Wednesday and Thursday. Partly cloudy skies with a good deal of sunshine both of those days, especially Thursday. Then increasing clouds, a slight chance of a late day shower for Friday. High temperatures, and there's the cool down we're talking about, mid to upper 60s as opposed to low 80s. Low temperatures running from around the mid 40s as high as 50 by Friday morning. So good temperatures cooling now, but nothing really extreme for this time of the year.
Typical spring weather. Thank you, John.
Sure. Thanks, John. Almost everyone has one, a coffee mug to hold the juice that keeps us going at this late hour.
You know, the design and the shape of that mug may reveal more about us than we think. We'll take a look at what the mug may symbolize. Stay with us.
Song is a celebration of love. Now get Touched by Love, a new 36-song collection of the most popular soft rock hits.
Darling, if you want me to be closer to you, get closer to me. I love you. I honestly love you. I go crazy when I look in your
You'll feel the magic of love in every song.
Sometimes when we touch, the honesty's too much. And I would give anything I own. Give up my life, my heart, my home. You are so beautiful.
Touched by Love brings you 36 of the most romantic songs of our time.
Turn me other way, baby. I'd love you to want me the way that I want you. But there's a warm wind blowing and the stars around, and I'd really love to see you tonight. Even the nights are better.
Touched by Love is not sold in stores, so order now.
And I will love you always. Just you.
Call this toll-free number now for Touched by Love. 2 cassettes, $19.98. 2 CDs, $26.98. Plus $4.95 shipping. Call now. This portion of News Now is brought to you by St. Mary's Healthcare Services. One name, one mission. Your health.
There's one on nearly every desk in every office in town. They come in all shapes and sizes. Some are neat and some are really ugly.
But what do they say about the person who uses them? Bruce Asbury investigates what our coffee mugs show about us.
Your coffee cup says, attitude is everything.
Yep.
Is that your philosophy?
Yes, definitely.
You see them every morning around the coffee pot at work. All those people drinking all that coffee in all those coffee cups. You can tell a lot about a person by looking at their cup, generally, what sport they like best, what TV show is their favorite, the team they root for the most. You may even be able to tell how old they are.
I kind of switch whatever mood I'm in. That was the happy birthday one from about a month or 2 months ago.
It's self-explanatory, Bruce. 40 is fantastic. Yeah, right.
And sometimes you can't tell how old they are, but you can tell they've been around a while. Celebrating seniority. You know, you really don't look that old.
It's not how old, it's how long.
And how long has it been?
22 years.
That is one of the more boring coffee cups I have ever seen.
It has 1.5 cups in here.
so I don't have to run as often to get more coffee.
Yeah, Pauline, I'm sure you're not nearly as boring as that cup. For some, a coffee cup and good hygiene go hand in hand.
The cup goes there, the toothbrush goes there.
But, I mean, the toothbrush at work?
I brush
After you have a cup of coffee, you brush your teeth?
every morning. It's that coffee breath, you know. It doesn't work, so, especially in sales. So the toothbrush is right after the coffee, every morning.
Unbelievable.
A coffee cup can tell you where a person went for vacation.
Café du Monde.
Oh, where is that?
It's in New Orleans, Louisiana.
This is the desk of my big boss, one of the most powerful men in broadcasting in the whole upper Midwest, Mr. Barnes. You'd think a man with his clout could have his choice of coffee cups, but what does he choose? White styrofoam. Bruce Asbury for CBS News, Fargo, North Dakota.
Looks just like yours, Andy. How about that? Hi, Adam.
Hi. Tubby Smith going to be drinking out of a mug that says National Champions, the Kentucky Wildcats. They have done it again for the second time in 3 years. They have won the title. We'll show you the highlights. We'll hear from Coach Smith, Coach Majerus, and talk a lot of hoops next. First, though, sports trivia. What is UE's all-time record against Utah? They've played the Running Utes a couple of times. We'll have that and a lot more next in sports.
St. Mary's Breast Center is a place where you can get a mammogram and receive the results in the very same visit. See a surgeon on site and receive answers and support when you need it most. We bring it together for you as one team in one location. St. Mary's Breast Center, a whole new concept in breast health care.
Tim's caught on videotape.
Jill's a big bopper aboard.
But just how far will Tim go to win back Jill's affection?
We'll take you to those three tenors, Paparazzi, Manicotti, and Flamingo.
Back-to-back home improvement tomorrow night at 6.
Hi, welcome to Tool Time.
Tim's show gets a new...
Producer! We don't need a producer. I run the show.
Oh, I'll be running the show.
And she's sending Tim right through the roof. Home improvement.
6:30 tomorrow on CBS 44.
CBS 44 Sports with Adam Alexander.
Before tonight's matchup with Utah in the national championship game, Kentucky head coach Tubby Smith, not Rick Pitino, said his team was one of destiny. And after the last couple of wins, no doubt you would think so. And after tonight's win, there's simply no doubt about it. This team meant to be national champions. There's Tubby Smith on the sideline facing Rick Majerus. Neither had ever been there. Nazir Muhammad inside the turnaround jumper. He had 10 points tonight. Kentucky leading 8-4 in the early going. Michael Doliak in the ballgame. He had 15 points and 10 rebounds, knocking down the turnaround jumper. Not a great night for Wayne Turner, but here he would break it down and score, and Kentucky at that point trailing by 1. Then it was Utah going on a 9-0 run. Alex Jensen with the basket and the foul made it 33-23. It was 41-31 at halftime, and no team had ever blown a lead bigger than 8 before halftime. So it looked like Utah might win it, but here in the second half, Cameron Mills with a 3 to tie the ball game at 58. Then Shepard the steal and the dunk. This meant Kentucky was up 2, 60-58. The Cats make their free throws. They also make all the plays down the stretch. 78-59 the final score. Kentucky wins it. Jeff Shepard named the tournament MVP, and no doubt they're celebrating in Wildcat country.
I think in retrospect, they'll look back and great fondness, and I told them, I don't know if they certainly aren't one. We take our hat off to Kentucky. They whipped us, and they are number one. But I think these kids are 1A, and I hope they'll always, remember being number 2 out of the entire country.
Wonderful experience for me and for the team to make it to this point and to achieve this. The ultimate goal is to win the national championship, and certainly we want to. I want to thank God for this privilege and this honor to lead such a outstanding program. Thank my parents, and we'll get to that later on. But just to say it was a great college game, and to come back the way we did took an unbelievable effort on these young men on our team's part.
I said 78-59. It's actually 78-69. Kentucky winning their 7th national title. They did it in 48, 58, 78, and 98 now. we'll look forward to the year 2008, I guess, if you're Kentucky fans. No doubt they'll be looking forward to next year. Well, at 5 o'clock, I was over at Mr. B's in Henderson. Kind of quiet then. I have a feeling, though, things have changed. Our Chris Fagan has been there all evening long, and I would imagine quite a victory celebration going on, huh, Chris?
Yeah, things have changed. We're here at Mr. B's in Henderson, Kentucky, and we're here with Tubby Smith and a few of my friends, and I think this sign kind of says it best, Wildcat parking only. You'd have been hard-pressed to find any Utah fans here, and we're going to talk to, I guess, Mr. B himself, and quite a game out there. What'd you think?
Yes, it really was. We were very, very excited and very pleased with the outcome.
Sure wasn't easy, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Did you ever
Utah played real well.
Did you ever think that maybe Kentucky wouldn't win this one?
There was a couple moments in there that we were at a little doubt, but not too much.
We'll talk to some other people, and I think these guys have been here 3 years in a row in the same seat.
Yeah,
2 out of 3 is not too bad, I don't guess.
Yeah, we've been here 3 years in a row, and we should have won last year, but we didn't. Unfortunately, we didn't. So we come back this year, and we did get lucky and win. So we're all happy for UK.
How about Tubby Smith and the job he's done this year?
Oh, Tubby's all right. He's all right.
You think they'll be able to get back here next year?
Tubby's doing real good. We'll be all right.
All right. Well, as you can see, there's plenty of excited fans, not only here in Mr. B's, but I'm sure throughout all the tri-state, and lots of celebrating to do in the next couple of days for Kentucky fans.
Chris, I see you've got on your blue shirt, maybe pulling for the Wildcats tonight. Your thoughts on the big game? Obviously, Cats bringing home another title.
Well, I thought Kentucky played well. I thought Utah played well the first 30 minutes, but then after that, fatigue got into them, and that was really all they could do. Doliak got tired, and then Kentucky, they just kept bringing in new subs and really didn't have an answer for Kentucky's pressure and their constant bench.
All right, Chris, thanks a lot. Good work, and we'll see you back here at the station. Chris Fagan reporting live from Henderson. All right, let's go down to sports trivia. As we said, the University of Evansville has also played Utah once in the postseason. They beat them in the NIT back in '87, I believe. They are 1-1 all-time against the Utah running Utes. Not enough tonight for Utah, but congratulations to Kentucky, their 7th national championship.
All right, thanks, Adam.
And John Lutzel's back with another look at the forecast.
And there's a change in the weather. Mostly cloudy skies. A slight chance of a shower or thunder shower for your wake-up. Temperatures around 63. Showers and storms more numerous, though, by midday into the afternoon hours. Temperatures close to 70. And again, some of the storms possibly strong or even severe, especially during the late morning hours.
So keep it here.
Keep it here to CBS 44.
Thank you, John. And finally, tonight, they could be called the Keeblers of pet treats. They've set up shop right here in the tri-state.
That's right. Canine Confections opened today in Evansville. Store owners bake up gourmet treats for their 4-legged clientele. Some specialties include Paws Pizza, Beggin' Bagels, Rover's Ribs, and Barkin' Biscotti. Don't worry, though, the canine and kitty delicacies won't put too much extra pounds on your pet. The treats don't have any added sugar, salt, or artificial ingredients.
Boxes of treats we were buying for our dogs, and we couldn't pronounce half the things that were in it. So we decided we probably should try to come up with some of our own, and that's why we started with just natural ingredients.
And if your pet is finicky, store owners say bring them in to sample the treats in advance. 5% of the shop's proceeds will be donated to the Vanderburgh County Humane Society.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Take care.